Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Princess Amarachi on the Princess Amarachi Show. And today we're also pumped up. As you can see, I'm all in my glasses because we have a very important topic that we need to discuss. And today we're discussing how to build a personal brand as a 9-to-5 employee. So what's a personal brand, you will ask? A personal brand is who you are outside your job role, how people perceive you, what's your personality, what do you stand for, what are your thoughts, values, your plans, your skill sets, your goals for what you stand for generally, and how do you present it to the public. All these things make up your personal brand. And why is it important that you build a personal brand? You can say, well, I'm working, I'm comfortable. What do you mean by building a personal brand? Ask yourself this question. If you're stripped of the work, if you're no longer working in the company where you're working in, and you don't even have a means of referral, who are you? What is that leveraging point? What are you going to tell people? This is who I am. This is what I stand for. And this is why I need this job, or I can do this job. And it's so important for those who are in the creative space. And that is why I'm so much stressing that it's important for you to build a personal brand, even though you're doing great and amazing and comfortable in your 9-to-5 work. So the first step to building your personal brand is to have a goal on who you are and how you want to be perceived. So let's say that you are a content creator in an organization. What is your long-term plan? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? What are the things that you want to be even after you're done with the working industry, even after you retire? How do you want people to perceive you as a consultant, as a director, as what? What's the highest echelon of the ladder that you want to create for yourself? Knowing that will help you break those actionable steps into little steps that you can take to attain that goal. And that is the first thing you need to do. Have a goal on who you are and what you want to be and how people should perceive you. Now, the second thing you need to do is to remove pressure and break those big goals into small steps that you take daily. So let's say that you have settled to be a director. You want to be a director at the long run. That is what you're aiming for. So how do you let people know that you can do this? Or how do you start taking these actionable steps? First, you think about, okay, how is my social media? How can I create content? How can I build thought leadership? How can I enter into spaces and network into places where first my skill will be noticed, my present skill will be noticed, and then from there I can build upon that. And also, what are the courses that I need to take, to build my skills and to polish myself up for that role or goal that I am expecting. I believe you're gaining valuable content and insights from this episode so far. And this is a great opportunity for you to subscribe and turn on your notification bell as a way of encouraging us and helping us to hit our milestone of reaching 1,000 subscribers in the next 6 months. So please subscribe to encourage us, and so you'll be seeing further interesting and engaging content. More information is on the notes below. Thank you. Now, the third thing is to create boundaries for your personal growth and pursuits. And this is so important because working as a 9-to-5, you can find yourself working even on Saturdays and Sundays. You can find yourself working outside working hours because you have a huge project in your organization that you need to pursue. And that is understandable if it's something that is for a while. But if it's something that now encroaches on your time day to day, in, day out, year in, year out, and you don't have a time for your personal growth, understand that building a personal brand will require you to invest in yourself, invest in education, invest in mentorship, invest in networking opportunities, invest in reading and, studying. And you need to have time to do these things. So you have to create boundaries with your employer or with your boss, communicate that this is your plan. You want to invest in this, you want to invest in that, and you need time for all these things. And so you need to be wise for them to, work within your working hours or working schedule so you can use your other free time to do what you need to do for a personal brand. So it's very important that you communicate this thing as someone that has a goal to your employers so that it can help you get those actions moving. The next step you need to take is to ensure that you give it your best at work. And I'll explain why. Giving it your best at work helps you when you want to track your results or your performance, or to build a portfolio with the things that you've done with where you're working right now. You'll be proud of it. So just imagine that you're a content developer, a digital marketer, and all the campaigns you've been running are floppy, they don't have great results. How are you going to show that to people? How are you even going to share those experiences or those skills or those lessons or those wins online or to people, or even present it to those you are pitching something to as something that you have done. So giving your best at work gives you the boldness and the confidence to move a step ahead or to talk about who you are and what you have done. Give it your best at work. Do not sabotage the contract that you signed. That will help you to also track your work and also build a portfolio. Now, I'm dwelling on tracking your work and building a portfolio because most times we do works and we don't have access to them when we leave the organization. But if there are jobs that you don't have an NDA, contract with it, or there are things that you can also show to people and say, this is what I did, this is what I did, and this is what I did. Why not? Why not save them? Why are you leaving them to when you're out of the organization, you can't even access those things again? So also build your portfolio and ensure that you have them handy for when you need them. The next step is to choose to be your employer's brand storyteller. This is not just for those who are in the creative or marketing space. This is just about you sharing experiences or lessons that you have learned while working where you're working. So just imagine that, okay, let's say you're working in the IT department or in the technical department, and you have a goal or plan to grow, in that technical space in the nearest future. But how are people going to know your days of little beginning if you do not share, if you do not build stories or experiences for things that you've learned working in that space? Those are the stories that are going to stand as a leveraging point when people stumble on your profile or stumble on your social media space or stumble on your name on Google. They're going to understand that this person has actually started from somewhere, and it's going to be like, a grace to grace story. People always like it, even if it's a grace to grace story. But at least people know that you didn't just fall from the ground and they can relate to such experiences. Another step that I want to share is that you need to show up for yourself. No one can show up for you. When I mean show up for yourself is be out there, be visible. You can't be hiding. We have a lot of people who are doing great and amazing work in their workspace, but they are not there. We can't find them. It's not necessarily about being everywhere on social media. What about the events, the networking events? Who knows what you're doing? Who knows what your plans are? Who knows what your goals are? Who knows what you're working on? Who can refer you? Who can recommend you to someone else who has what you're looking for? So always show up for yourself. Speak up for yourself. Wherever your skills are needed, wherever you feel that this is the place you need to be, or these are the people that need to know you. Talk, write, engage, network, whatever it is, whatever platform you want to use, whether on social media or any place. Show up for yourself and you'll be glad that you did it. If you don't make yourself visible, don't expect anyone to do that for you. So the last one, but not the least, is to learn discipline and also maximize productivity tools. Now, with what I've said, especially when you're in Lagos, it's actually a lot of stress, when you go to work early, you come back late in the middle of traffic, and someone is telling you to stand up and do something that has to do with your personal brand. But discipline is the hallmark of everything that we've discussed. You have to decide that this is something you want to achieve, and it's a long-term achievement. It's something you're going to reap even after you're done wherever you're working right now. So learn discipline and also maximize productivity tools that can help you in your journey. So that's it on today's episode of Building a Personal Brand for Yourself. I hope it is very helpful for you. And if you have further questions, you can always drop them in the comments, or you can chat with me on the social media handles at Amarachi Princess on Instagram, Facebook, Princess Amarachi, and on LinkedIn, and we can continue the conversation from there. So thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. See you in the comment section. But until then, keep living every day from within to without. Take care. Bye.